Sideline of ball. Lakewood are doing it. They're gonna take. He's gonna bring down 30. Almost with a double kill. Dropping fast. Monopoint's there. He's still alive. Wait, second slide. He's going one side. He's going a second. He's taking it out. Oh my God! On three. They're all dead.
Hello everyone and welcome back. It's day number 4 of the Summit 2 by G2A.com. We're in the America Division and we're trucking our way on through into our 4th match now. 5 best of ones all day, and this matchup, it's going to be between Navi US taking on the up-and-comers Root Gaming. Joining me the whole way through has been Mr. F4L. My friend, how you feeling so far? We've made through 3. We got 2 more to go. You going to be able to make it?
I think I'll be alright.
You're looking a little stiff. Hold on.
Oh god.
Yeah. All right.
Oh,
we got to keep. We need this bit of spunk though to keep the energy up because last game it was exhausting to play, I'm sure, and exhausting to watch. We got to make sure we're fresh,
I couldn't imagine playing
ready to
that
go. Yeah, that was just draining. So this one though, we could expect a lot. Root Gaming's been known to be the ogre pickers. They timber saw. They love flashy action, snowball factor. And Navi US, though they seem to always be having internal issues now, they're still a rambunctious group and should be able to bring the pain. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I think Navi US probably the favorites, just from pure skill and experience, I think. And, Root do some interesting things. I've noticed they tend to always fall behind early, but they seem to, find some good fights, get a couple pickoffs, and come back in the mid-game.
10 seconds.
So it'll be interesting to see if they can maybe. I think they need a good early start
5
against Darby.
seconds
Honestly,
remaining.
I don't think they can afford to fall behind like they
Reserve
have been
time.
doing in their previous games
Yeah.
against a team like this. So
Yesterday, Navi US had a triple header, and they made it out 2-1, so not too shabby. They're right up there near the top. Number 2 currently
Radiant
tied
team
in a what looks like 4-way tie with Infinity Stack, Turn My Swag On, and of course Root Gaming, who also sport a 2-1 record. So they're looking pretty good. If Root Gaming can pull this one out, they will be right at the top right there. And remember, for each division, it's only going to be the top 4 that will move on from this round-robin stage into the playoffs, where only one team will make it here into the luxurious BTS house and go
seconds
toe-to-toe in the land final against the other regions, including Europe,
5
China,
seconds remaining.
and Southeast Asia, with EG returning as the former champions. And then, of course, there'll be one
Reserve time.
redemption team that will be voted upon, and you can cast your vote, which will be out there inside the compendium. So make sure you get on that. But I'm looking forward to
Radiant
it.
team.
We're already
how
seeing
does
a lot of
that even
action.
work?
Wait, what now?
How does the redemption thing work? Do you know?
It's going to be I believe, a vote from the fans.
No, I mean, is it just like teams that are already in the qualifier?
Now, see, the details like that.
That's what I mean.
I think it's going to
Remember.
be between the teams that are in the, who make it to the
5
playoffs.
seconds
Oh, the
remaining.
I mean, it could be overall
For
the
all
whole way
regions.
through. But,
Yeah, that would make more sense if it was the playoff
yeah,
ones. Yeah.
from the teams in the
Reserve
playoffs.
time.
So let's say one of your more favorited teams had just
It would
had
be kind of cool if it was like,
Navi US's turn
well,
to
whatever.
ban.
I was gonna say like all the teams that were in the finals that lost, and then everyone voted on those teams.
what you were saying that you want better chance for maybe your own team.
No. I'm saying.
Yeah, you are.
Let's.
Yeah, you are.
Well, are you saying
10
that I'm like
seconds
get
remaining.
into the finals? Wow, so kind.
Why don't you have
of
some faith in your team, buddy? You're gonna make it all
5
the way
Well,
through.
I'm not
remaining.
saying I don't have faith.
For anyone watching who doesn't know, F4L, of course, is also a competitor in the Summit
Reserve
2. He's a
time.
part of Turn My Swag On, and you're not doing too bad. You're right in there with the 2-1 group. So you never really
Yeah.
know, man. Showing a lot of promise.
And
so-
I would say we played probably the 3 favorites already. So
You went through an early gauntlet of teams: Complexity, Navi US,
And SNA.
And SNA. So
Radiant
those were supposed to
team
be some of the
ban.
biggest ones in there. And you made it through, and now you just have to try to coast through the rest of the teams. And, well, that can't always be an easy feat. A lot of these teams have
Navi
maybe
US's
underestimated
turn
your
to
Root
ban.
Gamings, your Team Leviathans, and they've ultimately come up short, and now they're struggling to try to make sure they secure a lot of wins and make it into that playoff position.
Uh-huh.
So
But anyways, enough about that. back into the game.
Oh, fine, Efferalfli. You got to get in the draft so
10
quick.
seconds.
All right,
Gotta
buddy.
get in the draft. I mean,
All right.
hell, we've already banned 7 heroes.
5 seconds
Fine,
remaining.
all right. Mr. Professional
Right.
with your suit and everything.
Suit
it
and
underway.
everything, suit and tie.
Reserve
So we've got
time.
looks like Terrorblade and PA are going to be banned along with Razor and Centaur for root gaming, and Narvi pretty much
Navi
takes away all
US's
the.
turn
I
to
mean,
pick.
everyone's just hating on the hard carries: Spectre, Anti-Mage, Void,
Yeah.
Death Prophet ban. I mean,
This
what
is
carries are
interesting.
left? There's like Medusa.
Naga?
Oh, Naga.
Snake King does play Naga.
Yeah.
Maybe they want to make sure they don't have too much contention later
I'm
on.
surprised we haven't seen more Naga. I honestly feel like Naga is maybe the best carry
10
right now.
seconds remaining.
I mean, there was a case to be made that Naga was like one of the strongest heroes last
5
patch.
seconds
If you could
remaining.
sort of like live through the death ball phase. But I think now that,
Reserve
games are
time.
being extended to 40, 50, 60 minutes now, I think
Yeah.
Naga is just an extremely strong pick, especially if you do, if you have the ability to play it as a support and a core. If you're a team that can, use it in both roles, you can just pick it up early.
Yeah.
If they pick a bunch of heroes that are good against Naga, fine. It's a support now. Like, we don't really care.
I know Team Secret is a team that likes to do that too.
Yeah.
They could put Kuroki into the Naga
Radiant
position or just
team
reserve
pick.
it as a support early on if you feel like the opposing team will have some way to contend it later on. So yeah, I can wager that. Just a great universal hero. Not really utilized a whole lot as support. I'd like to see it more often because, it does have the extra benefit of using those illusions in that way. And Snare goes through BKB, and Song can be a make or break deal in a lot of the fights. So yeah, I can get on the back of that. But as far as this draft goes, Navi US, they're big on
10
always having
seconds
big team fight
remaining.
plays. They love their Earthshakers. They love their Sand Kings. And, well, they get a hold of Earthshaker and Tidehunter for this one. Skywrath Mages
Navi
always
US's
seems to be one of their
turn to
first
pick.
pick grabs right there. And usually it's going to be Fogged who gets a hold of that one. He loves to put in work with the Skywrath Mage. Likes to go aggressive. And now you have that with the backings of an Earthshaker and now a Tidehunter off lane. It's a big deal. It's now kind of more, not as surprising why they would ban out something like a Spectre early on. And though the
They've
ban of
also got
Anti-Mage is
the-
interesting.
They've also got like the Tide against Bat,
10
which we
seconds
talked about last game,
remaining.
and we
Yes.
saw it a couple times where the Tide just completely
5
destroyed the Bat Rider
seconds
initiation
remaining.
and turned the fight.
And they also get a Shadow Demon as well.
Yeah, pretty good against
Reserve
Skywrath,
time.
I would say. If they like try to combo someone down with like a Fisher with Skywrath ult or something, you can just disrupt that person. Even a Ravage into Skywrath ult, you can try to disrupt them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty good. It also helps with the Brewmaster getting a split off. If they focus the Brewmaster and like dump the Silence, the Mystic Flare, etc., they can just disrupt this hero.
Yeah.
Try to get him to that split. So
A Brew
think
and a
it's a good pick.
Skywrath Mage going head-to-head is something we're all very, very familiar with and we've seen plenty of. But we'll have to see now as Root Gamer are going to look to build up a bit more of the late game. And they don't have the benefit of your Terrorblade. Spectre's already been
10
banned out.
seconds
We have seen
remaining.
Ink Dota also play the Anti-Mage. Now,
5
Meepo's still in the
seconds
pool. We have yet to
remaining.
see him pull out his Meepo, which he's
Zeus.
known to play. But whoa! Look
Radiant
at this
team.
guy. That is a Zeus, the Mario Man himself, going to make an appearance here. I wonder
Oh.
who the hell's playing. Is this a Korok
I wonder if
Zeus?
they're doing offlane Zeus, maybe?
I don't know. This hero I've seen all over the place. Mid, we've seen him as a support, especially more by your Eastern teams. FY loves to play the hero and can definitely bring the pain with it. And it's a lot of magic damage on this team already. My goodness.
Navi
BKBs are going to be
US
coming in
is
abundance on
turn
Root
to
Gaming
ban.
side, that's for sure.
Do you know if so Slark when he ults and you like thunderbolt the ground, does it hit Slark?
When Slark ults and then Zeus does his ult, you're asking if it
No,
hits.
not his ult,
10
his
seconds
bolt. You know how you
remaining.
can target the ground
and he
with
can
his
see?
ult? Well, I don't think he can see Slark.
I don't think it
but I'm
reveals
asking,
Slark's
it doesn't.
ultimate,
I
I
don't
think.
think it reveals him, but I'm asking, does he get hit by it?
Oh, I would imagine so. I mean, I'm not a big Slark player. Does he get hit by any natural AoE ability when he's
But
in
it's
his
not
ult?
really an AoE ability, right? It's like a targeted.
Ground effect.
10 seconds remaining.
That'll be
Why are you
interesting.
asking me this? Now I look bad. You don't know either.
5
Well,
seconds
I don't
remaining.
know the
Stupid
answer.
caster doesn't
Okay.
happen to know when you go as Zeus against Slark.
Reserve
I'm gonna
time.
go ahead and assume it does, but there could be some weird interaction because of how it works. Because I don't know if it like only hits things it can see because it gives true sight,
Mhm.
or if it just hits in an AOE. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And I was, we'll find out. I mean, it's just one of those things. Like, how often do we get to
Who
see
knows?
a Zeus played as it is, and against the Slark, it's going to be a bit questionable.
You
Medusa
do
going to be
even
banned.
know
That
it.
was one of the heroes I was like, they might be going Medusa. That
Yeah.
early AM ban just kind of got me percolated to the idea that'd be a Medusa. Now, another late gamer to fall back on for snaking. We already talked about Naga. It's still in the pool and available if they want to go on that. And I would wager for Root
Morph.
Gaming, they're not going to go a Meepo. Not with Earthshaker already on and a Ravage. There's just
Yeah.
too much big AoE. It's going to be a Morphling.
Morphling.
It's going to be a
Radiant
Morphling,
team
and we
pick.
saw what Morphling can do last game. Even
Yep.
going against the Terrorblade, he can definitely find the room to make something happen.
Slark's pretty good against Morphling. I mean, we talked about how Shadow Demon's pretty good against Morphling last game, but I mean, Slark just steals your intelligence and your stats, and Morphling's a stat-based carry.
Mm-hmm.
So they might look to put this as a position 1 Slark this game, as
10
opposed to what they did the last
seconds
game, which was have it offlane. I think that would be a wiser
5
choice
seconds
against the
remaining.
Morphling, because I think you need a lot of farm on Slark if you're going to go head-to-head against Morphling.
Reserve time.
But we'll see what they opt to do. I mean, they could just opt for picking another carry, I guess.
Yep, definitely. Oh, it's going to be an Alchemist. All right. Well, this is a support
wait.
Alchemist?
I'm high. They already had 3 cores. Never mind.
So it's going to be a support
I
Alchemist.
was just like, for some reason, I was like looking
There?
at their draft, and I thought Shadow Demon and Batrider were support heroes. Whatever. Ignore me.
No, it's okay,
It's
my
gonna be a
friend.
support alchemist.
So, I mean, this day you never know, especially Root Gaming. I mean, you may think that they have a reasonable lineup, but they
No
can easily
Ogre
switch
this
someone
game.
over. But yeah, no Ogre for the second game straight from Root Gaming. So they're looking to mix it up. Your boy JC, he was not in the first game that Root Gaming played earlier, the game number 1, but he's back now. He was having a bit of keyboard issues apparently, but he's ready to go. And he loves to play that position 4. He loves to roam around, find the ganks, and Alchemist is one of those heroes that could definitely get it done. Something we used to see in abundance in previous patches, but had really fallen off for quite a bit unless it was a bit more situational, and they're going to look to make it happen now,
Prepare
and
for
we'll see how we
battle.
can do here as both teams look to go toe-to-toe. Root Gaming and Navi US both match up on record 2-1. One team will pull out the victor and put themselves at the top of the round-robin chart here for the Summit to America by G2A.com. I'll lead off your introductions. And on the side of Root Gaming, you can see your boy JC. He's going to go ahead and quickly take a little bit of his own medicine to lead things off. He's going to be playing your support Alchemist, I would imagine, here, as he does have the early smoke. Look for him to roam about nice and early. Talera is going to be revisiting his Brewmaster. You know, this is probably his number 2. If he doesn't go with that Ogre mid lane, Brewmaster seems to be his always second grab right there. Lycus, who has formerly been known as the core player for Root Gaming, has now been playing a lot more support as of recent. Like Skywrath Mage, and well, now he's going to be playing a Shadow Demon. Also for Root, we got Ink Dota, who's been their
30
stand-in
seconds
player
to
player
battle.
for quite a few games now. Is going to be, he might just be now their new permanent player for all I know. But
Yeah.
he's been playing pretty avidly, and he's playing your Shark Slark here down on the bottom. And on the top, none other than Tubby the Fat. He's going to be playing your Bat Rider, and I would say this is also one of his big signature heroes. He loves his bat, and he loves his Timber Saw.
All right, and then for Navi US on the top lane we have. I love
Wait, what?
Elky. What's Morphling's name? I love
Oh.
Elky. I believe.
I love Key. That's
I
a
love
stand-in,
Key.
right?
Sure. We'll call him Morphling. Morphling playing the Morphling.
Yeah.
Fogged.
I love
Fogged playing
Key.
the support Skywrath Mage. Korok in the mid lane on the Zeus. In the bot lane we have Way Too Sexy. It looks like he's going to block off the creep wave, try to help his off laner, who is going to be snaking
The
on the
battle
Tidehunter.
begins.
Wow, snaking on the off lane. They change things up a bit frequently, definitely
Yep.
between Korok and snaking as far as what positions they're really playing here. But their stand-in.
Could be the stand-in factor. Maybe this guy just
He's
plays
like, I'm
carry.
all core, boy. I don't play support. I don't play off lane. I play core and core only.
Core.
And you're gonna have to adapt to that. And I don't know. That could be it. But hey, it's gonna be a change of pace for him. Korok back in that mid lane and repping as Zeus here. Going to be going toe-to-toe with Talera on the Brew. What do you think about this kind of a matchup? This is something we do not see every day.
It's hard to say, like you said, because we
Yeah.
never see this, but I would say Panda would have the upper hand. He's going to be able to use a lot of claps in this lane, because he's just going to get magic stick charges. But we'll see how it goes. I think Zeus should still get, plenty of farm in this lane.
Korok's a man who does like to pick up his snowball kind of heroes as well, and if he finds the opportunity to really open up, we could see him roam all over the place and really bring the heavy magic pain. And like I said,
Looks
Root
like-
Gaming are going to have to go onto a BKB. Top, you see heavy zonage coming out from Fog on your Skywrath Mage, which is just what we come to expect. Now, before this game gets too deep and there's like too much harassment happening out, a lot of people have been, and I've been curious about this, I've only seen it one other time on Goblak's team, the Virtus for Polar. What would you think about Nyx making a return to the offlane when you know you're going to be going against something like a Skywrath Mage? Wouldn't you think he'd be reasonable there to go toe-to-toe with him? I mean, Nyx is just like gone now. No one plays him, and I feel like with the Carapace, the mana drain, and the ability to heavy burst and take down a Skywrath Mage later on, or am I just talking out my ass at this point?
I mean, you would think it was good, but Carapace has like too long of a cooldown, I think. And it
Right.
doesn't stun for long enough. So you might block one arcane bolt, but then he's gonna hit you like 4 times and then bolt you again.
All right, well, I'm
I
just
mean, I think-
spitballing, throwing against the wall, seeing what sticks. I miss my
I'm
Nyx.
sure
you know?
there's situations where Nyx is good. I mean, he just got kind of hit hard by the changing of metas and also by just what's ran in the offlane, I think.
Yeah. And they're
Radiant's
trading about
bottom
Solera is
tower
just going to
is
take
under
him
attack.
with that stick and just really smack it home while Korok constantly steps back and spams out those chains as much as possible. But he does have that magic stick, so he already got 6 charges on it. Very nice. Meanwhile, up on the top, Tubby's really contesting this full camp quite a bit, flying up and down the cliffs right now.
And he got
He's-
his level 2.
He's trailblazing right now, and he's going to loop the corner. Knows how to, adhere with that. Last game, we saw the Bat Rider and questioning whether he was going to be able to move back to the jungle and get some stacks going. That looks like what Tubby's going to do right here. And they also already have a stack on the Ancient Camp as well. So the stacks are already coming up here for the side of Root Gaming for their teammates to fall back on. And, for their late game, it's going to be interesting. Ink Dota on the Slark, more of that snowball kind of a hero. And going against a Morphling, you do favor the matchup as far as how he can steal the stats, but we can always see a Morphling. If he does tend to open up and bring in some early farm, maybe a couple of pickoffs, he can quickly become out of control. So we'll have to see.
Well, I
how it
don't
works
know.
out.
I don't know if I necessarily favor the Slurk. I just think Slurk can do well against Morphling. I mean, it just depends on the dynamic of the fights. Like, if Slurk is allowed to hit the Morphling a bunch of times and steal stats, then I think it can be effective. Otherwise, I mean, Morph is still a ranged hero against a melee hero,
Yeah.
so it just depends how the fights go.
We'll see indeed, as it's way too sexy now, playing this Earthshaker. Every time I see way too playing this Earthshaker, I can't help but think about that big play he made during TI4, where he snagged the Aegis and the kill with that big fissure slam right now. It was a pleasure to watch, and most of the people on Navi US are very, very versed in their Earthshaker play. I know Fog enjoys the hero, obviously way too,
Fog
and of
likes
course
it.
Korok as well.
likes it too.
Korok loves the hero. He
They're
loves
all
playing it as a
Earthshaker
core.
fans.
Yeah, they love it. And any
And
chance they can get a
Tides-
hold of him or Snake King, or Sand King, they make it work.
Tide's getting a lot in this offlane compared to the Bat Rider, I think. Yeah, Bat Rider's opted to just go in the jungle. He's scared of, I mean, he saw last game maybe. This Morphling plus Skywrath duo can just, I mean, they can just kill a Bat Rider by themselves. They don't even need the Earthshaker.
Yeah, more or less the same
Oh,
thing.
Snake King got a haste. He might get a solo kill.
We'll see. He moves on over. Gets quickly disrupted, but Lycus is already plenty low. He turns the corner. Oh, he almost fakes out with the anchor smash right there, but he does not want to pursue and opts a step back. He sees that the mid lane had pulled off. I'm sure that was communicated through Korok, and he will not do snaking things and move in too far and fast. But just as I say that, he sees the return
might
to
try
Lara,
to
and he's still
yeah.
dancing back and forth right
baiting.
now. And yet to get a first blood snag right
They're
now.
going on him too.
Oh boy, they want him.
Oh,
can
no,
they
they're
get the
not
long
gonna
ball? They
get it.
can't. Oh, it tastes so good. Your boy JC can't quite get off the concussive shot, unfortunately. Not concussive shot, the unstable concoction.
Unstable.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and then let's look at the CS. How's everyone doing? Looks like Morphling's ahead of everyone. 31.
He might even be a Morphling player. I mean, we don't know this gentleman, but he comes in. He's like, I need to
Someone
be the core.
told me it's Pat Soul. but I
Pat
don't know.
Soul. Oh, of what is it, top 5 formerly?
Yeah.
Nice. Pat Soul, man. He was the man behind top 5 for quite a while, and then top 5 changed their name to Void Boys, I believe. And they made a run
I
through the
have no
qualifier here
idea.
at the Summit too, and they did fall short, unfortunately. Oh, I saw the back end of that one. Korok with the Heaven Thunder slashes down the bear and takes him apart before he can even get off the primal split. That was quick work coming out. Him and the assistance of Way 2 with the fissure locks him in his place.
You know, he might have even died without the Fissure.
Oh, really?
He did. Well, I'm just saying, he might have even died just to the ult and the Thunderbolt that came out.
That's the burst, baby. Don't underestimate the power of Zeus.
Yeah, Panda just sticking around a little too long. You gotta be really careful when you play against Zeus. I think people people just aren't used to playing against this hero, and they're surprised by just how much damage it does. Like, it's 350 plus 225, and then the two passive procs. So, I mean, it does a lot of damage.
He is blitzing forward for Lightning Bolt. I mean, I'm not big burst on my Zeus play, but he's doing the 1-for-1 and 1.
Yeah, it's pretty standard. Yep.
Big damage right there with that Lightning Bolt, 350.
Now, there are like two schools of thought on what you max second. Some people max Arc Lightning, some people max Static Field. Static Field definitely does more damage to heroes.
Boom! See ya, Bat!
Man proposes.
As quick as lightning when Korok gets another kill.
Yeah, this Earthshaker is just sitting mid and
Radiant's middle
fissuring
tower is
people
under
so
attack.
Korok can kill them.
Jesus Christ.
This Zeus is becoming a problem already.
He already
Wow.
brought Brew down to half-life as well.
Yeah, he had a regen rune. It's the best rune you can get on this hero.
Hell yeah.
So good.
He's just zapping it home right now, and he's making Root Gaming. Man, oh! Ow! Valera is not happy with this now. Now he can't even get in the lane. He's getting completely zoned back from Korok, who has the benefit of now a full mana pool to work with.
Yeah,
It
he
is
went a
becoming
Soul
quite
Ring.
troublesome.
I think Merlini is like a big proponent of this Soul Ring on Zeus. I don't think many other players get this. Most players get Mana Boots and Bottle. But, I can see the added bonus of getting a Soul Ring. I think it allows you to always have a nuke, and I think that's why Merlini likes the item. Because, there's a lot of times when you just have no mana, but if you have a Soul Ring, you're always going to have a Lightning Bolt. I don't know if it gives you enough for Lightning Bolt. No, it's just for Lightning Bolt, but...
W the Fat, in the meantime, he's having a nice little barbecue down here, ripping apart what look like 3 stacks of neutral camps to work with, and then he moves over, stupid mud golems, and has to pass over them and go on through to the next camp, which is also stacked up. So he's trying to get a hold of that Blink Dagger rather quickly, because they're going to need to turn this game around a little bit.
Yep.
It's getting a little too hot and heavy too early right now. A lot of contention up here at the top as they all scout out and see it's going to be a bounty rune, which Korok will pick up for himself.
I don't
But-
think anyone wants to farm this mid lane anymore. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He's dead, I
Uh-oh,
think.
uh-oh. Oh! He's down. That silence allows him to not get off the split. And a nice quick work as Talera falls once more in that mid lane. It doesn't take a whole lot. I can barely get my camera there in time. That's how quick they burst him down. It's absolutely out of control. I'm just trying to make an excuse for being late.
They have such long range to do this burst damage. I mean, Lightning Bolt has 750 plus 325, so that's over 1,000 range. Fissure has 1,400 range. The Zeus ult is global. They can use 3 of these nukes from over 1,000 range. What can they really do? They really need this Bat Rider Blink so that they can go on the Zeus.
Man, oh man. So Snake King has a reasonable amount of farm considering what he's been stuck up against. 24 no, 1k gold. It looks like he's
Dire's
just going
bottom
to hold
tower
it. He's
is
not going to
under
get the early
attack.
arcanes or power treads like we've seen before. It's just going to be going right
They
for that
opted for
Blink
the
Dagger.
bottle, so
Yeah. No
Went for
arcanes
the
necessito. As
more
he's
sustain.
get a hold of that. Ink Dota is probably the one who's been doing some promising work for his team, just kind of farming on this Slark. He's at 60 and 21. Great farm for him. He's got his power treads, Aquila, 800 gold. Potentially going to look to, I don't know, go early drums or something. Maybe a Shadow Blade. We've seen plenty of that already. And going to try to pick off some kills. But we were expecting this
Yeah, you can-
Alchemist to be able to roam about and get some kills in. He's
Yeah,
still
they're-
nursing that smoke from the beginning of the game, and they just can't find an opportunity to open up. And here we go. This is going to be the opportunity for them to blaze it up right now with the purple stuff, and
Yeah.
hopefully find an opportunity to really open up, as Talera is struggling in this mid lane. Was hoping to be able to have a Blink Dagger by now as he's pushing on forward towards it. And they're going to bait him, and it might be a successful bait, but can they get there in time to help him out? And he already eats half life.
He just loses half his life
Yeah.
to a Bolt, an Arc Lightning, and a Fissure.
Oh, they get spotted.
Radiant's
moving
middle
in.
tower is under attack.
Sees Shadow Demon and
Dire's
continues to
bottom
zone them
tower
back
is under
with that
attack.
Arcane Bolt. And they just don't have an answer for this Zeus in the mid lane right now. And
Radiant's
he
top
just continues to
tower
bring
is
in the
under
farm. He's got
attack.
2,200 gold. So what do we do with this investment now?
On who? Sorry.
The Blink Dagger. That's what it is.
Sorry.
Oh boy.
On Zeus, okay.
Yeah, now he can just jump
has a
in
blink.
when they think they're running away and get an extra little slam jam of the Thunder Strike. And,
This is really scary.
yeah.
Oh, Blink completed on Bat Raider too.
Yeah. He can't
They
afford
need,
to smoke, though.
they need to make a play with this Blink.
They're going to make a play. They're going to try to do it on top. Because while all their attention has been on this Korok Zeus mid lane, Their stand-in has been bringing in some really nice farm Morphling. He's at the top near 80 and 39 denies. Who goes for so many denies?
no.
Whoa, whoa, what? Korok is making my life so hard with the camera right now. Okay, he's persistent. He's moving on through, and here comes Tubby. He wants that bounty.
He's dead.
Oh, there's no pipe to jump down, Mario. You're not going to get away over here. And he quickly gets grabbed up, and well, unfortunately, he gets a little too excited about moving on through the enemy side, and that's a killing spree bounty that he will quickly snag up.
They were set up for that, and then he
Radiant's
didn't
top
disrupt
tower
him.
is under attack.
They were set up. They had Shadow Demon sitting in the trees. They were trying to bait all the spells on Panda, and then he just didn't cast Disruption. So, a
Whoops.
bit unfortunate.
Unfortunate. You say that so strong, like you're
Shadow
reserving the
Demons.
inner flame. Real unfortunate that this Shadow Demon just happened to forget to disrupt the mid lane. Maybe he slipped. I don't know.
You know what I think happened? He heard the sound of the ult, and I think Korok canceled it once, but I'm not entirely sure. And then so he just didn't cast Disruption because he thought that he wasn't gonna ult. I'm not exactly sure.
Oh! Uh-oh! Talera!
Oh my!
Oh, they secure it with the slam right there and get it done. And it will be your boy JC who does manage to come in and get a hold of that Invis rune. But they're not going to follow it up with anything just yet. You see Tubby go into flight mode, but can't get a hold of anyone. But there's your blink on through. Korok making a move. It quickly dismantles your Shadow Demon. Sees the big stack right there and has to double back. Snake King was in on the action as well, but didn't even have to use a Ravage whatsoever. But maybe him and Morphling here on the bottom lane could make something happen. What is he doing?
What?
Korok is making me so nervous.
Why did he ult?
Radiant's
I don't
Was
middle
there
know.
something I didn't know about?
Maybe they're seeing where Ink Dota went to. I mean, he's nearby farming up, but that extra bit of knowledge, you know, gotta remember, Zeus all benefits from all those side perks, you know, dropping down and getting vision of any sort of wards
Zeus
nearby.
is so irritating to play against.
Yeah.
This hero has sort of had like a resurgence in pubs. I don't know why exactly, but this hero is actually so obnoxious to play against. He does so much damage. I mean, his main weakness is that he's immobile.
Oh, man. Uh-oh, Shadow Demon Lycus.
And kinda squishy.
Lycus, don't move forward again. You will be done for. He gets too overconfident in this lane, even with help nearby.
Yeah.
By Alchemist, it won't save you from the quick burst, but they're going to use the smoke, and they're on the hunt right now. The Bloodhounds are out, and they want to see if they can get hold of anyone. It might be Talera, and he's got a silence waiting for him. Jump in, Fissure, doesn't take a whole lot extra. And Talera goes down just like that.
I mean, these long-range nukes, and then they have the silence on top, which amplifies the magic damage. It's rough.
It's looking rough for Root. They do manage to take that
Navi
tier 1 on the
just-
bottom finally, but Ink Dota has not been a presence for his team, but now he will be. He sees Snake King there, but Snake King quickly TP's out, and he will finish off those derpy little mud golems for him. But regardless, hasn't really been a factor yet. He's hoping to build up the farm so that he can start to bring some kills back in their favor. I mean, Tubby the Fat has his Blink Dagger, but has yet to really get a lot going. He used it on Korok, but that was more Korok just getting a little too deep than him finding the pick-off play. So they desperately need a turnaround for the side of Root Gaming.
Yeah, and this Morphling is starting to get a little out of control. I mean, we saw what Morphling can do last game when he gets farmed. He can just split the map and can't do anything about it. And they almost have the exact same problem
Radiant's middle tower
that
is under
Gurk
attack.
Squad had last game. They have no silences and no natural hex heroes.
It's going to be rough. I mean,
Radiant's
Korok's
middle
doing a great
tower
job
is
putting all the
under
attention
attack.
on him, but here we go. There's your first official jump-in lasso play, followed up with the Thunder Slam, or the Thunder
They're gonna
Clap,
be able to
rather.
kill him?
They want to get a hold of Morphling. He's buffing on up right now. Can they burst him down? Oh, wait for him last second. Korok's here now. Brings down the nukes from above. But it is I Love Licky. I don't know why I try to say his name. Morphling does make his escape out, and they can't get a hold of him. So that for nothing. Oh, Tubby the Fat does make it out. Ravage follow-up. Can they get a hold of the precious Slark here? They can. A quick zap from Korok seals it. And finally,
Dire's middle tower
your first
is under
casualty
attack.
of this long engagement top. Can we get another? Korok wants it. He gets a little excited. Leaps on past. Where's my team? And he gets blasted down trying to move on through because everyone else,
Has no life.
yeah, too wounded.
Oh, and Way Too Sexy has 1,500 gold and arcane boosts on this support Earthshaker.
He has been
He's huge.
going to town here on the bottom lane. So they didn't even have a whole lot to work with there at the top,
Oh.
and Navi US still make it worth as they get a hold of the Slark and only lose Korok.
So the question has been answered. It does hit Sark when he's ulted.
There you go.
So I
Caster
guess
didn't know it.
it's like an I guess that
Dire's
makes
top
sense.
tower
I don't know.
is
I
under
just thought it
attack.
might be like if you don't get revealed,
I didn't
then
know.
it doesn't hit you.
I'm not afraid to admit it. Oh, quick disruption. Can he get away? He does. It looks like Way 2 did not have the mana for a fissure. He didn't. He was about 40 mana short from that. Ink Dota moves on in with that Shadow Blade. Wants to make a go here. And Snake King's trying to slow him down with an Anchor Smash, but that's not going to do any good. And Ink Dota maybe considers making also a go on Snake King. But if he hangs around too long, Korok's going to show up just like that. And he's going to
Still
try to
gonna
get a
get
hold
him.
of him. He needs more time to get more
they're gonna
spells
get
off.
Korok.
But now Talera jumps in. And he's going to make a go on Korok. And oh, Korok tries to catch him with the Thunderbolt, but he's not. Here comes Fog, though. There's the old slam, and Fog helps him finish off Ink Dota. And now they might consider making a move on Talera. Nice follow-up from Fog with the Mystic Flare. And Korok managed to live through the onslaught of return from Talera. And that's your two big cores right now on Root Gaming who get taken down in exchange
Dire's
for
middle
Snake
tower
King
is under
as
attack.
well as Way 2.
Well, great play by Korok. You know, he stayed cool, calm, and collected, and was just able to just burst the panda. I mean, they ancient sealed him, and then he just instantly died. That's crazy.
Not looking like a BKB is going to be online for any of Root Gaming
Yeah.
anytime
Panda's-
soon.
Wow, this panda's 1-6. It's rare to see a panda struggling this much in the early game. This hero is like known for snowballing and having strong early games.
Being hard to take down with the primal
Yeah.
split, but there's the benefit of having a Skywrath on your team, and I guess all that additional heavy burst. Ink Dota TP's in. Shadow Blade's forward. They're going to see Morphling here. Can they take him down with just Slark and the Alchemist?
They can't kill him.
Yeah, he's going to quickly start morphing up the strength. The
He's just gonna
waveform's
wait for
away.
away.
Nothing you can do about that. Stay away from me. I am as like water through your hand. No problem.
Oh, and Narvi's all top.
Oh boy, here we go. Now the counterplay to come in. Tubby the Fat's waiting
They're
in the wings.
baiting,
Same with JC.
baiting the vet rider.
Oh, blink forward. Anchor smash, ravage, follow up. Alchemist down just like that. And, well, they can't also get a hold of, unfortunately, the Slark. So they commit a lot in the top lane just to take down the position 4 Alchemist. But they might just use this extra bit of momentum to push on in and get a hold of a tier 1 tower.
Dire's middle tower
It's probably
is under
fine.
attack.
It was just the ravage. I mean, they almost have blink on this Earthshaker too, and they should be able to get this tower pretty easily.
Jumping in is Tubby. Catches Morph on the way out and pulls him all the way back with the benefit of that Force
that's
Staff.
okay.
But like
they're
Morph
gonna
does,
get the deny.
suddenly he's Houdini. And he's in the mid lane.
Radiant's
Copperfield,
top tower has
also known as
been
Morphling.
denied.
Makes an appearance here in the mid and continues
Radiant's
farming as if
bottom
nothing ever
tower
happened.
is under attack.
I mean, on the plus side for Root, they were able to get the deny, and they only lost the support for ravage, so not too bad in the end for them. Of course, I don't know. They're just getting. Once this Earthshaker gets a blink, they're gonna have 3 blink daggers. It's gonna be really scary. I don't know how they kill anybody. I mean, they're gonna bat lasso someone, but the counter engage from Narvi is just gonna be so scary.
Yeah. Got your Ravage there. Your long nuke
And the
damage
Echo
that can come
Slam
out
and
from,
the
yeah,
Fissure.
Way 2's Fissure, and now he has a Blink Dagger. Oof, gets more and more
Oh,
scary
and they got
for
a
Root
veil
Gaming.
too.
Hey, you know, just based on recent history, Root Gaming, one of those teams, you always like, oh, how are they going to come back from this one? And somehow something happens, and they get right back into it. So this is a team I've come to not really count out of the game. But just as I say that, Talera, wow, that was ugly. He is just done for, and your
That's
Room
the thing.
Master is now 1-7.
Yep. That was the blink, newly purchased blink dagger being shown off by Way 2.
Oh my goodness, it's hideous. We are going to need a
Pause.
timeout call in the field, as it looks like your boy JC is continuing to have a bit of lag issues. So we'll wait a moment for him to make his return. But man, 4-12, switching over to the net worth, no surprises. You can see Morphling right up there at the top, 9.1k for him, and Korok is right behind him, 8.2 on this Zeus. He got that Blink Dagger, and he also went with the Veil. Ooh. So as if he wasn't bringing enough pain, that magic little hat is going to make things all the better. Looking at the net worth, well in their favor, near 5k. XP, identical. Everything is coming up in
7.5K.
RV.
It's 7,500.
Huh?
7,500 net worth.
All right, dude. Take it easy.
What's actually
I'm just looking at the
7K to
numbers
be
on the right
exact.
and making a cool guestimate right there. That's
Alright, come on.
all right.
Do
I
we
don't
need
look
to-
down
Do
here.
we need
Math.
to go back to school and learn how to read graphs?
That's like geometry, right? And the slope-
Geometry. Yep. That's
Sure,
it.
man.
Geometry.
Yeah, I'm I'm a failure. I don't
All
really
right,
know.
I'll stop making fun of you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Flames for life, they also call them, F4L. Anyways, bottom lane, it's going to be Morph. Has the benefit of his replicant nearby, but he's for now just lingering about this Ink Dota, maybe taunting him in a bit and seeing if maybe some teammates rotate on through. They could make a pounce, but both teams back to their separation of farm, waiting out for some of these cooldowns to be off, and then they'll be able to make another play right here. Even Fogged has to wait another 15 seconds for his Mystic Flare to be up and available. Wave 2 has already expended his Echo Slam, taking down Tolera once more, and Tolera, who
He's
had
a
been
level 2
struggling.
Mystic Player too. He's level 11.
He's been all over the place as far as being a part of the action.
Radiant
So
structures
there's only 2
are
assists, but I feel like he has been involved in a lot. I mean, he has 4 kills, though.
Just glyphed.
Radiant's middle
Who did?
tower is under attack.
Radiant? Mid?
Yeah, they must have misclicked. Because nothing was even hitting the building.
They don't want the ticket. Well, he just
Don't want
Thunderstrikes up there and takes down the ward very easily,
They
like
just
Zeus
put
does.
they just put $2 a change when they were only going to be
And
there
the
for
meter.
10 minutes. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if Navi saw it or not, but if they did,
I'm
they might just
sure-
add
yeah,
extra
they-
pressure here. And oh boy, got a couple of DCs here, or no, 1 DC at least. It's going to be Korok, who we're going to have a bit of a disconnect,
Disconnection
unfortunately.
Dota. Yeah, the new auto pause is really nice though. I have
Is
to
that what's
say.
happening? It's like,
Yeah, it's auto pause.
oh,
Like the game in. I
oh,
don't know
that's
if it
why it
has to be-
pauses at the
I
end.
think
That
it's-
makes more
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
People
'Cause someone-
GG and just
someone's
DC out.
GGing and DCing. Yeah.
Ah, okay. All
Yeah,
right,
it's
all right.
awesome.
Okay, that makes more sense. I haven't really gotten to experience it firsthand. My games seem to go more swimmingly. I mean, everybody may throw out
No,
the
it's
Coddle
really
Curse.
nice,
Coddle
'cause
Curse is there, but I don't experience a whole lot of DCs personally when I play. So,
It's really nice because sometimes you don't notice your ally disconnecting. Like if you're in a team fight and they disconnect, sometimes you don't notice until after the team fight's over, and then you're like, "Oh my God, we just lost the team fight because your ally disconnected or something." So it's really nice that it just auto pauses now.
yeah. Everyone like is playing casually, a pause pops up and everyone just like looks up to the top of the screen to see who's not there anymore.
Yep.
And they just casually wait it out. I'm a little disappointed with Fogged, I gotta tell you what. He's got a nice set here on his Skywrath Mage, but he doesn't have the autograph staff. And I thought he was my boy. He'd have my autograph, but I guess we're not friends. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. Anyways, trucking on through, it looks like we're going to be ready to go. We got to reconnect here. Korok is back in the action, and we're going to be able to take off right from where we left, courtesy of Valve's new autopause system right there. And hopefully we're back and underway. It's still Root Gaming here as they're trying to bounce back from a really struggling early game. It was Korok putting on a clinic in this mid lane. Tolera's really yet to bounce back. He does have his Blink Dagger now, but really that's about it. And about 21 minutes in, you were hoping to at least have a Vlad's underway or the early makings of an Agnes, whatever your flavor may be. And so he's got a quota that's way off the mark for now.
And it looks like we're gonna see a BKB on the Slurk pretty soon. He's got an Ogre Club and 1600 gold. Definitely needed this game.
Oh,
with
yeah.
The amount of magical burst that's coming
Of all
out.
the games, a BKB has got to be essential here. And he makes a jump here, and he's going head-to-head with Morphling, but that's not a fight you're going to win.
My.
I mean, Fogg's there to help out, but, you know, Morphling was just kind of like, oh, you want to go, boy? And just kind of laid it in. And
He got a little baited there.
yeah. Fog,
Yeah.
man, he's all over the place, flying around with that extra bit of move speed here on Skywrath Mage. Not happy about that staff, but he's getting it done.
Do you like the Imperium? Or whatever it's called?
The what?
The staff. You said you're not happy about the staff.
Yeah, I mean, there's an autograph staff
Radiant's
you can
bottom
get, you know, you
tower
could have
is under
gotten
attack.
that, you know, we all had out there.
Ah.
I
Radiant's
just thought he would
bottom
rep
tower
one. I'm
has
repping an
fallen.
autograph of his in one of my sets. I just thought he would, you know, be a bro. But whatever. Moves on through. Puts out a very aggressive obs ward behind the tower for now. Getting all that extra bit of intel as JC will be spotted by that. And they're going to put it to use as they Fissure, Mystic Flare. They're not even, like, in proper, like, screen vision to get all that damage already off. And this is going to force out 2 TPs. And Korok scouts him out, trying to bring in the pain from also a distance out. And ultimately, they still can't get a hold of him. But meanwhile, Tubbycat does take down your Snake King. But we'll keep action here as you see Korok quickly cleans out and takes down Alchemist the rest of the way through. But ultimately, the sweep on in from Tolera allows them to clean out another 2 as Earthshaker and Fogged on the Skywrath Mage both go down. So the first promising real fight there for Root Gaming in this game thus far as they get action all over the map.
Yeah, the Batrider was able to find Tide near the rune, and he just put him on the cliff, and he just slowly died to Firefly. Bit unfortunate for Card.
Oh,
Guess he didn't have a
Dota is
TP.
thinking about making another go on Morphling, but once again, he's proven to get the lower hand. But maybe now Morphling might get
Radiant's
baited in,
bottom
but nope.
tower is under attack.
Slippery like water. He just quickly jumps back to that replicate he made. Goes up to
Yep.
the top.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Is Morphling close to any
Radiant's
items? It looks
bottom
like he
tower
went for
is
the
under attack.
Yasha. Probably gonna transition into Manta, and then Scotty, I would imagine. It's about the same build as last game, except Ewo went for Scotty first and then into Manta. But
Oh!
looks like
Right.
people aren't opting for the Ethereal Blade. Probably due to the nerfs. You know, it has the cast time now.
Yeah,
It's really not
projectile.
as good. It's actually really awkward to use on Morphling, because you want to waveform and then cast both like instantly,
Yeah.
but you can't do that anymore, or you're gonna miss damage. So it's a bit awkward to use on Morphling now. I know it was targeted at Tinker, but it like inadvertently nerfed Morphling a bit. But
Looks like Korok, currently using his Veil to clean out these creeps as he scouted on forward, is going to move forward into an Aghanim Scepter here. He's got the point booster and 2k gold, so he's only missing 1k left. And meanwhile, you're going to see Tubby the Fat just get obliterated right there as your Morphling goes up to the high ground. And with the Mystic Flare follow-up, jump it, slam, coming out! And it's going to be way too sexy, who brings down the big Echo and gets it done, but he also eats a clap himself on the way out and a little bit of extra poison, but Morphling moves on through. They want Lycus. Self-Disruption holds him in the meantime, but here comes Inkgo to lay the sweep on in, but he gets a hold of the wrong Shadow Demon illusion, unfortunately. And now he eats a Fisher, and Snake King, thinking he might be able to stay and fight, pulls out the Anchor Smash and gets 4-staff forward from his buddy there, Fog, but ultimately will go down. So it's going to be a
Ink has
3 for
momentum.
1, but nope, Ink Dota immediately falls to Morphling as he's just muscling out all that big farm. And only Talera here to
Dire's
survive.
bottom tower is
Oh,
under attack.
can't even get the
Radiant's
deny.
middle
It is
tower
Morphling who
has
picks it up
fallen.
on that one. And it just continues to get more and more rough for Root Gaming right now. When it looked like they have an opportunity to open on up, it's Navi US who just kind of clean house. They didn't really even have
Yeah.
Korok there for that.
and you can see how hard it is to play against these heroes. They have so many blinks. They have silences, long-range stuns, long-range nukes, global nukes. I mean, it is just so hard to play in this game for Root right now.
Ooh, Bad is on the hunt. He wants Zeus. He feels the lightning coming. He jumps on in. Flamebreak will bounce him back. Can he get a hold of him? No, he cannot. He immediately gets silenced up and blown the hell up, just like that.
I mean, just
What
look
were
at
you
that
thinking?
damage with Ancient Seal on.
Man, oh
He
man.
just dies to 2 nukes.
That's ridiculous. I mean, you put that all together, Ancient Seal, Veil, and anything that Korok can dish out,
Oh,
and
and he gets
everyone's
a
going to look
scepter.
as flimsy as paper.
He's got the scepter now.
Who has a scepter? Oh, yeah, Ag Scepter now
Zeus.
complete. Yeah.
on Zeus. That's 540 global damage.
Boom.
Dire's top
That's scary.
tower is under
Now he
attack.
has a little bit extra life. It's not going to be some sort of weak little Zeus you can take apart. He has more life than most.
Yeah.
And Morphling's now going to unload here on your Roche. It should be an easy, uncontested takedown here.
Yeah, there's nothing Root can do about this. I'm starting to wonder what they can do.
Dire's top tower. is
They
under
really need to
attack.
find picks with this Bat Rider, and as I say that, he smokes and TPs himself to the top lane. Looks like they're going to try to find a pick and get a
Roshan has
tower.
fallen to the
It's
dark.
probably the right call in this
Dire's
situation.
top tower is under
Desperately
attack.
trying to trade. A Replicate's already up
See.
here. It's only got 10 seconds left.
I'm
Scout
wondering
it
if
out.
Narvi are even going to contest this. I think they just let this... Oh! No, it looks like they're going to fight this.
Uh-oh, here comes Morphling. He wants Tubby. Tubby's forced to pull out the 4-staff to get away from the Morphling. Here
Oh,
comes
no.
Korok DD. Can he... Oh, this is going to be scary if he can get a hold of someone here.
Tubby used Lasso on the Lincolns.
Oh, bummer.
That sucks. A bit of a misplay. The Morphus had Lincolns for so long by now that you have to know
Yeah.
that it's up.
Yep.
Radiant's
And,
middle tower
he
is
does have the
under
4-staff, but he had to use it to get away.
Dire's bottom
So he didn't have it
tower is
available to
under
take off that
attack.
Lincolns and just kind of, I don't know, maybe he hoped that the Lincolns wasn't going to be there or something, or he probably just forgot. So fortunately, the Lasso's going to go to nothing. And meanwhile, they'll just continue to push down here from the north on this top lane. Wei-Tu is waiting in the wings. He wants to jump in.
Well, they have a
Bring a
gem on
slam.
Skywrath. They have a gem on Skywrath, so they're gonna probably just walk around the map and try to de-ward everything.
If it wasn't easy enough having a Zeus on your team, now they'll definitely take back
Yep.
all map control.
Well, they also want it for the Slark.
Yes.
The
Shadowblade Slark. And Fog's been around in all these skirmishes, so they'll be able to put it to good use. But he is going to be the one to hold it. they're split pushing for now. They have 2 still committed on the top. Maybe to see if they go on a jump onto Morphling here. Way 2 is going to be right behind.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
Wait,
Wait.
he replicated to
I
it.
guess,
while
I was
getting
just looking at him
lassoed?
top, and now he's bottom. This guy's a magician.
No, no,
telling
no.
you.
They replicated. Was he getting ganked or something? Because
No, well,
they
I mean, they
lassoed
saw
the
your boy JC
Earthshaker-
briefly, but
They lassoed the Earthshaker replicate, and then he replicated to it. I was kind of, I don't know what he was
Awkward?
doing exactly. Yeah, it was awkward.
oh, well, Talera now. Oh, boom!
Where did he
Marlene's here.
die?
He got to witness the Zeus action right there.
No,
It was
no,
not too pretty, but meanwhile, they also get another fantastic
Did he just get
takedown.
a solo kill?
Or,
that was a solo
Korok?
kill, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
he was
Yeah.
like, he was attacking him from the high ground, sees
Oh
him,
man.
throws out the veil, slams down the R button. Didn't take much more than that. So
And you know the game's rough
Radiant's
when you're.
bottom tower
I mean, the
is under
Brewmaster
attack.
has what, like 1700 life,
Radiant
and he's just getting
structures
solo
are
killed by
fortified.
Zeus. I mean, that should really never happen. You should never die to a solo Zeus.
well, with that said, it looks like, and with no
Radiant's
surprises, that
bottom
Morphling
tower
and
has
Zeus,
fallen.
both number 1 and number 2 on the net worth, as they continue to add pressure here on the bottom. Morph constantly putting good use of that replicate. So this stand-in, man, he knows how to morph. And he knows how to morph damn well, as they're securing
Yep.
not only a strong early game, the
And he
mid
has a
games look great,
butterfly.
and the late game looks promising as well.
And he went for a butterfly. No Manta yet. Probably going to be his next item. I thought he was just going to go for the standard like
Radiant's
Manta
middle
Scotty.
tower is under attack.
Instead he opts for the butterfly. It'll give him a bit more damage with the adaptive strike, and of course the evasion and the agility is always nice in Morphling.
Well, it's been quite a struggle thus far for Root Gaming.
I mean, I think it's just going to be a slow death at this point. I mean, they're going to try to get BKBs on all their guys.
Oh, let's see if we can get something going. They go and bring in Way 2, but this might set him up for a good echo. Well, you actually already used that. I didn't even notice before. But anyways, doesn't matter. They take
Oh,
down
yeah,
Tubby the Fat like it's nothing. Ravage follow-up. See you later, Shadow Demon. And now the Primal Split will be able to come out here, but it's still going to take a lot to crack this Navi US
And
squad
Morphling
when they're
can
already so
just
far
kill
ahead.
these Pandas.
Boy. And there's still action continues on the backhand side as they make their way out. Mystic Flare follow-up. They want Ink Dota. Ink
Gem's
Dota.
on the ground.
Gem down.
Tide gets it.
Tide picks it up. Talera still flirting in. Now they want Alchemist. Alchemist quickly gets taken down. Dominating now for the Morphling, getting that adaptive strike.
I'll take that.
Yeah. And I mean, at this point, how do you fight into this? You need BKBs on all of your core heroes. The Panda's not really
Radiant's
that
middle
close.
tower is under attack.
Bat Rider's not really that close either. I mean, I just don't think there's no
Radiant's
real
middle tower has
comeback here
fallen.
for them with these heroes. Sark's
Team
not
that
really a
likes to
hero.
come back. It's
Yeah.
looking like this will be the hardest one to come back from. Defensive disruption only delays the inevitable, it looks like, for Shadow Demon, but there we go, taking advantage of being inside the base. Tubby the Fat pulls Snake King all the way back in, but he gets force-staffed himself all the way to the low ground. Your Aegis is going to be quickly reclaimed right there. Ink Dota is still on the hunt. Same with Tubby the Fat. They want to finish what they started. They want a piece of that watermelon.
I wonder if he's
They're on
gonna.
hot pursuit.
I think he's fine.
Yeah,
His
he's not
team's
going to
gonna
get
win.
out. He's right near his allies. It's just a little too far.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
It's Luff, man, and it gets worse. Look at the
Yep.
net worth lead right now for Navi US. Big, big advantage for them. It's
Yeah,
a matter
and
of time before they want to just go
unfortunately,
to the base.
when you're at this kind of deficit, you really need those big AoE teamfight ultimates, and they're sort of lacking in that department. I mean, they sort of almost have to hope at this point
Radiant's
that
top
unstable
tower is under
concoction
attack.
somehow stuns like 3 heroes, and that they dive their base or something, because really there's no real. It looks like they're gonna try to make a go on this Morphling, but I don't see how they ever kill him. He
Quickly
just
gone.
quickly replicates out.
And suddenly he's mid lane.
Yep.
So, everyone they even try to get a hold of, it's proven to be too much trouble.
Dire's
As long
bottom
as
tower is under
Navi
attack.
US don't really let this one go, it's pretty much
mean-
only their game to lose.
I think the main issue is no matter who they kill, there's so much damage coming from the other heroes. Like let's say Wow, and the Zeus just picks up a refresher orb.
Oh, man. I mean, that's a guaranteed kill on Shadow Demon.
Yeah, Shadow Demon
Each and
actually
every
just
time.
dies to double ults from 100. That's scary.
Ow! Ow! Boom! There it is.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Not so fun to play against.
Yeah, this is a free kill on Shadow Demon. Any chance that he has both available. He was just itchy to use it. It wasn't even like a fight really broke out. He was just like, hey, I got some new toys and
Yeah.
I want to make use.
So what I was saying earlier, they have so much damage on all their heroes that the only foreseeable way that I think they could win a fight is if they caught the Morphling and somehow lassoed him and dragged him into the team and then bursted him. But the problem is, it's like last game. They have no Hex and no Silence. So killing a Morphling during the time of lasso is just unreasonable. And if they kill any of these, if they lasso any of these other heroes, I don't think it matters. Because their team's just going to follow up and everyone just has so much damage and so much to offer in these fights.
It's going to take a whole team effort just to try to burst down the Morphling, but that forces their team to be together, or an Earthshaker and a Ravage to jump in and just kind of go to town and follow that up with the Zeus ult, double ult now. I don't know, man.
And I think they're going to make... It looks like they're all gathered mid. Maybe they're going to smoke. No, it just looks like they're really scared and they're trying to farm together.
It's rough, man. As
It
split it
certainly
still.
is. Well, they're going to have a pipe on Alchemist, so that's good news. It'll help a little bit.
Uh-oh. Ink Dota tries to get a hold of Morphling. Morphling says, no thanks. Goes right back into the pit where he'd been scouting out for the Roche. Jumps up and casually continues farming as if nothing was a problem to begin with. So,
Yeah. And, I mean, these last two games have really shown what happens when the other team has a Morphling and you have no answer. I mean, in both of these games, Morphling has had no answer. No silences, no hexes. It's so unbelievably hard to deal with this hero when you have no answer. It's like, I don't know.
is there an answer?
I mean, they can purchase a hex, but who's gonna buy it?
Yeah,
Like,
they're pretty poor.
they have no Orchid or Hex buyers. And on top of that, they have no natural silence hero, so it's very difficult to play against.
And they might go on mid here. Ancient Seal, but jumping on forward is Talera, who has BKB, but can he get it off yet? No, the way to
my.
slam down Echo Slam gets it done. Ink Dota, though, gets redemption, taking down Way 2. Meanwhile, on the back lines, you see Shadow Demon gets bursted apart. Oh, they're not going to make it out. Batrider gets the lingering last hit in. Korok gets a godlike streak now on his Zeus as they clean out 4 all day. Only Ink Dota to live on the
Radiant's top
tale
tower
of
is
how...
under attack.
Uh-oh. Hi. Oh, we see a Ink. And they're still
Probably
pressing
just
in.
gonna
They got
Ravage.
Ravage, too. There it is. Single Ravage. Make it work, and they take him down.
Tower is under attack.
Sorry, that was just quick slam work from the whole team, making it a 5-for-1 follow-up, and that's enough for them to call out the GG. It's been Navi US's game
Yep,
from top to
that's it.
bottom, and they showed true dominance. And a performance we haven't seen from this squad in really quite a while. It's been questionable as far as the commitment they'd have, the internal struggles, but even with the stand-ins, they didn't look too bad today, and Root Gaming normally are not just pushovers like that, but
Yep.
maybe it was more of an outdraft or what have you, but
They just put on a clinic in this mid lane. The
Yeah.
Zeus plus the Earthshaker. I mean, 3 different heroes came to mid, and 3 different heroes died in a span of like 3 minutes. It was pretty fun to watch.
fantastic
And, yeah,
stuff.
Navi US just played a solid game, picked the Morphling, no counters, and that's basically the story of the game. Morphling and Zeus. It's basically the game.
Basically the game.
Basically
Look
the
good.
game.
Navi US now move up to the top. They're going to be 3-1 right now in the Summit 2 by G2A.com America Division. Looking really sharp. And for our last matchup of the day, we're going to see the 2 qualifier teams go head-to-head right now. It's going to be Team Leviathan, who are still 2-0 undefeated, and Root Gaming, who had just played. Now it's going to be their 3rd match of the day, so they are going through the ringer today. It's their own personal triple header, if you will. And we'll see which of these 2 qualifier teams will be able to come out on top. If you like what you heard, you can catch me over on Twitter at CoddleGuy, and this handsome devil right here, catch him over on his Twitter at F4LDota. We got one more to go, and we're going to look to take it home. So be sure to sit back and relax. We got a small break, and we'll be back in just a moment.